Hey everybody. Hey, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Listening to a little bit of jazz music from my friend PJ Spraggins. Just a few more seconds, and we're going to go ahead and turn that down. And you know exactly where we are. You can hear the sounds in the background. We're at Filter Coffee Parlor. You see the folks coming in to get them some nice coffee. And I want to show you something. My friend Joey, who's the owner here at Filter Coffee Parlor, he actually made something for me today. I asked for a chai latte. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but it comes complete on the top. He sprinkled a little chai on top. So if you're on Birmingham South Side, you hear us talk about this on the Keisa and Joe show. We broadcast live every Wednesday from here. So if you are on Birmingham South Side, this is the place for you to come for a coffee experience. And the staff here, they're absolutely amazing, amazing. So again, I want to shout them out. They are our location sponsors. So Filter Coffee Parlor, if you want a coffee experience. Now, we know about the other guys out there, the other coffee houses, and we're not knocking those. But this is a local gentleman. It's a local company, and they are outstanding. You see people coming in and out. So that's my plug for them, which where I'm located. And if you're ever here on the South Side and you want to come speak, come on down. I'd love to talk to you. Okay, so here's what I ask for those of you who are joining me today on the broadcast. The only thing we ask you to do is to like and share the broadcast, okay? So coming up, I want to tell you what we have coming up on Evolve today. We are going to talk to Katasha Thomas. Katasha Thomas is a makeup artist. She is a boss babe, businesswoman, entrepreneur, and she gives a lot of sage wisdom. She's a makeup artist, okay? So I'm sitting in the chair with her. She's doing my makeup, and she's giving us some great information on how to start a successful business. So that is coming up. All right. So that's first things first. But anyway, we're going to talk about her gifted hands. And before we get to that, we talked about our location sponsor here, right? You know, that's Filter Coffee Parlor Shop. So again, if you are in Birmingham, hey Willie, do you know about, hey Tammy, do you know about Filter Coffee Parlor here, Willie? Do you know about it on the South Side? It's right next to the International House of Pancakes. That's like a Birmingham landmark if you are in Birmingham, right? So that's our location sponsor. And hey Tammy, my fellow Gemini sister, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. So again, we have talked about our actual location sponsor today. Want to talk a little bit about right now our sponsor for the actual show. And one of the sponsors is, let me share the screen, is All Shea Naturals. So I want to encourage you to go to allsheanaturals.com. Let me find exactly where we are. Here we go. All Shea Naturals. I want to encourage you to go to allsheanaturals.com. That's our actual Facebook page, but we have 25% off, 25% off. So for those of you, I know Friday is payday. Hey, Friday's payday. So I want you to go, I want you to check it out, and you just put in the code THANKS, THANKS, and you've got yourself 25% off of our fabulous homemade shea butters, sugar scrubs, and some other items on there as well. So All Shea Naturals is one of our sponsors as well. So hey Tammy, hey Willie. I'm surprised. Willie Davis is watching with us today. Now Willie, I am surprised that you have never heard of Filter Coffee Parlor. He says I've got to check that out. Oh Willie, it is the deal. Okay, it is the deal. You need to come check it out. Sit down, bring a friend, or even have a little business meeting here, and you'll be able to check it out. And Tammy, our girl Tammy's giving me some hearts today, so we appreciate that. So a little bit about me, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the interview today, which I'm so excited to share. And I'll be coming in and out of the interview, okay, kind of going back to my broadcast anchoring days, going in and out, in and out. But I want you to hang with me for those of you who, I mean, she's going to give really basic life tips. But for those of you who are in business, I know that I'm connected to people and I have a passion for entrepreneurs. And for people who have a job, I've been in that camp too. It's a different arena, y'all. It's a different arena, and sometimes we need the encouragement. There's sometimes that we're shoestringing budgets, we're pulling from here, pulling from there. There's seasons that we go through. Thank God it's not forever, but there's seasons that we go through that we need the encouragement. So that's my heart. That's what I am endeavoring to do for you in this season. I am endeavoring to be a blessing to you in the arena of actually bringing you information in which you are able to stay encouraged in life and in the business arena. So I operate out of two hands. Number one, Keisa is a life coach. You see the website there on the screen, keisasharp.com/life coaching. My jam is change. Change is my jam. So if you are going through changes in your business, trying to maintain your business, if you're going through changes through a relationship breakup, through a relationship change, through the loss of a friend or family member, or the loss of a relationship, all of those are changes which can affect every other area of our lives. I am the person who can help you. And if I'm not the person who can help you, I'm connected to people. I know people who know people. Okay. I can get my people to talk to your people and we can get you some help. We're going through some challenging times. And while I'm here, I just sense the need to go ahead and deal with this as well. Mental Health Awareness Month. For some of us, we run from that and we have some challenges. But May is Mental Health Awareness Month, the last day of the month. Last day of the month. If you need just some help, listen, I'm extremely confidential. I've worked with some people that you'd be very surprised that I've worked with. But guess what? You won't know that because I'm confidential. And it's not my desire nor my professional bent to go and tell your business. That's not what it's about. Okay. It is about getting you some help and making sure that you bounce back from whatever setback or change that attempts to hinder you or attempts to derail you. So if I'm not your person, no problem. But what I would say is if you need some help, get you some help. Talk to you someone. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're dealing with challenges on every end. KeisaSharp.com/life coaching. That's how you get in touch with me. Life coaching and media training, and also some a la carte services too. I host events, I come speak, and I'm also a voiceover artist. So just getting that out there as well through Sharper Associates, which is another one of our sponsors today. So shout out to our sponsors, All Shea Naturals. Go to allsheanaturals.com, Sharper Associates, and KeisaSharp.com/life coaching. Okay. Are you ready to get into the interview today? You're probably like, yeah, okay, enough of that. No problem. I got you covered on that. So who are we talking to today? She couldn't be here in person, but we did this interview a couple of weeks ago, and she really just dropped some gems during the interview. I was actually getting ready for a photo shoot because I'm rebranding as part of my brand, Keisa Sharp, Evolve, and also Keisa and Joe, our relationship and everything Birmingham podcast, right? Because Birmingham is a vibe. In case you all don't know, Tammy, I know you're in Tennessee, but when you come down here to Birmingham, you need to come to the South Side, make this one of your little stops here at Filter Coffee Parlor so you'll be able to take something back to your friends in Tennessee, okay? So just bring your friends here, no matter where you're staying, and just kind of come and hang out in this area here at Filter Coffee Parlor. So because you know that my heart is for entrepreneurs and for business owners, okay? So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and get into our interview today. KP Artistry. Let's talk about who she is. And y'all, I'm looking on my screen and my screen is not cooperating. Now it is. Okay. She's Birmingham born and bred, but her talent has taken her all over the country. Most recently, Katasha Thomas-Peterson of KP Artistry worked with the cast and crew from The Color Purple. She was a makeup artist, y'all, hanging out with Taraji Henson, hanging out with Fantasia, and hanging out on the set with Oprah Winfrey and all the other people who were on that set. And I believe Ciara also had a role in that as well. So she has worked with the set specifically of The Color Purple, but that's not all. She's got some other artists, and she could drop some major names of some other people that she's worked with here in Birmingham and even traveled to do their makeup as well. So here and then even abroad. But I sat in her chair recently before a photo shoot to receive the fruit of her blessed hands as I prepared for my photo shoot that day. But her wisdom she shares for entrepreneurs is timeless. So I want to take you now to the middle of that makeup session, and I want you to listen in to what KP Artistry has to say as I get ready to find the screen here. I have it already set up. Yeah, here we go, right here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm actually on my YouTube channel. Look, if I can find it, y'all. Just bear with me one second. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I want you to listen in to this interview, okay?
Hey, everybody. Hey, it
Uh-oh.
is Keisa Sharp. And yes, you can see I'm getting makeup done with the fabulous Katasha. Is it Katasha Reed?
Katasha Thomas.
Katasha Thomas.
Even though she looks beautiful with it without.
Y'all know her. Color Purple. Oh, so many actresses and entertainers. I see a wall full of actors and actresses up there. And I thought about you as you were doing my makeup. And I just want to encourage someone. She's going to come and talk to me a little bit more later. But right now in this space, we're actually in her fabulous suite here in Homewood. So I want to show you that. And I just want to talk to you. And we're going to pan her suite here. So talk to us about Katasha just being an entrepreneur. I'm so impressed by the fact that Katasha was a full-time social worker. Is doing her own thing, one of the makeup artists for The Color Purple. I'll be quiet now and let you talk. And she's just gonna kind of move around and do her thing.
So being an entrepreneur is not easy. I'm gonna say that. But it's all about balancing.
Balance.
You have to learn how to balance each throughout your day. I'm gonna say this: throughout your day, you got to learn how to balance your schedule, your daily schedule.
Okay.
Throughout the day, you got to know put your what is priority. Put your priorities together. What's primary, what's secondary. That's very important. And you also got to make sure that you keep your peace within you. Don't let anyone overtake what you're doing, because if so, you'll lose yourself and you'll get burned out on your business.
Wow.
So, going back to the balance, take a day out the week. Let one day out the week be your time where you set a schedule for your whole week. And that's even the schedule for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Finances.
Oh, let's talk about the money.
Supplies.
Okay, supplies. Finances, supplies.
Paying your bills. Budgeting. Even involving like personal things, and so like your trip, like you want to take trips and stuff like that. Put that in your plan. So it's all about planning.
Is that how you launched from going full-time employment?
Plan, yes. I set a goal
to being an entrepreneur. You set a goal.
I set a goal.
So you weren't just out here wilding.
No.
Just doing willy-nilly.
So I said when I get at least, when I get a good concrete of 30, 35 clients, I gonna step out.
Okay.
I gonna step out. But before I stepped out, I prayed. I talked to God, and that's when I say peace. You got to like be still, and just when I say be still, just don't be running here doing this. Think about this idea. Think about that. It's okay. Think about ideas, but at some point you got to sit down and say, "Okay, God, that's how it's where you want me to go. This is what I want to do. I need you to direct me." And that's when you be still, you can hear him clearly. When it's not your voice, nobody else's voice, is his voice. And that's how it was. I just had to hear it because I was doing social work, going back and forth to Atlanta, standing my risk, because I have residents in Georgia too.
Mm-hmm.
So going back and forth there and coming back to Birmingham to social work, that was tired. That was,
Right.
it was overwhelming.
Wow.
And so I was like, God, you got something got to be done. Like, cause I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to overwhelm myself. So like I said, going back to being an entrepreneur is not easy. It ain't a bad thing either. As long as you set your priorities, set boundaries, balance, and keep your peace in between. So definitely make sure you do all those things. Because being an entrepreneur, like I say, it's not easy, but you can also make it fun, love, and happy. Who doesn't want to wake up doing what you love every day? Like I wake up happy to come do what I want to do. Now, don't get me wrong, I be tired, but it's what I love. So you'll push through whatever you love that you want to do, and you can do anything you put your mind to. But in order to really step out and go full time, save your money. Save your money. Know your needs. Know your wants. We always gonna have a little crooked turn in between that time. I don't know nobody who doesn't, because somebody gonna want some little outside of what they got lined up, and it's okay. Just know when you go buy, you see that whatever you want to go purchase, just see yourself regain that back within the next week or 2 weeks or something like that. So don't do it if you don't see yourself regaining it. If you don't see yourself gaining that in the next couple of weeks, don't do it, because you don't want to put yourself in a hole. And as an entrepreneur, sometimes you are gonna put yourself in a hole, but you got to think of another plan to build on your current finances. So that's why I say makeup is good full time, but also find another option besides doing the makeup. See if you want to do lash, like I do lash extensions. Okay, so lash extensions and makeup. I do classes, makeup classes. I do lash class, lash extension classes. So think of things outside just makeup, because you can make it. Is I always say everybody needs a second job. I don't care who you are. You can be a doctor, a lawyer. Everybody needs a second job. If you want to remain comfortable, enjoy your life, and keep your business above water, it's okay. That doesn't mean you're struggling. That doesn't mean you're not making no money on your primary job. It's just that you want more, and it's okay to want more. It's okay. So, like I said, you do makeup, find something else that you want to do. I mean, you can even, if you want to keep the beauty line going, and that be a second thing, find another beauty line. Some people say, why you don't do brows? I can't do brows. I just cannot see myself doing micro shading. That's just the lines, you'll be screwed up. But then you got people say, I can't do lashes, but it's peaceful for me. It's relaxing. I think, I get my thoughts together, I plan. So just find out what's your niche. I have had people that take lash classes, and I have had people to go to one of my beauty friends, Temperance. Temp is good with brows, so people go to Temp to take a class, and then they come to me and take a lash class. Some people go to Temp class, like, I love this what I'm doing, Katasha. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do lashes. Or some people come to me and say, I'm just gonna do lashes. I'm not gonna do the brows. So sometimes you got to kind of invest in yourself. So in order to find out what you really want to do, and sometimes people do both. Sometimes people do the lashes and the brows. One or the other gonna override you. So you find out which one is gonna make you the most money.
I love it.
And that's how you do it.
I love it. I could just let her talk. She's sitting here doing my makeup, and I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back at the end when she finishes, so you can see the final look, and so you can book your appointment too with Miss Katasha. What's your last name? Peterson. KP Artistry. You've seen her work. In fact, her work is worldwide. And she's going to continue working on this phase. I'm getting ready for a photo shoot. And we're going to come back and we're going to show you the finished result. Show them what you're working on right now.
So right now, I'm working on the brows. Sometimes I go with the brows first. Sometimes people go do the brows last. I do it first, but to each his own. Whatever is comfortable for you, whatever's comfortable for that person, then that's what you do. I'm not comfortable with doing brows last because I feel like I screwed up. I feel like I do better when I do it first. So whatever fits you, what is comfortable for you, that's what I do.
I love it. I love it. Like I could just hang here and let her, I'm gonna really try to let her focus on continuing to do this makeup, but you can see, y'all, my brows haven't seen this sort of precision in years. It's been a while since I've gone to a makeup artist, but I can already see the transformation. Look at that brow. Look at her work. We're not looking at the gray hair right there. We're gonna just look at that. We're gonna look at her work. We're gonna let Miss Katasha continue to work. And we're gonna come back with a quick video too at the end.
Okay. So yeah, don't look at the gray hair. Okay. Hold on. Let me stop this video. There we go. And by the way, let me go ahead and just share her page and everything. So you saw her work, but her wisdom in the middle of it, her willingness in the middle of it, her authenticity in the middle of it, her commitment in the middle of it to share and to share real talk, to share some of the things that she's having to deal with in order that you don't have to deal with those things or to help someone else out. So here is her website. It's KP Artistry 7, the number 7.com slash home/1. But if you type in KP Artistry, if you Google her, it will take you to her page. That's KP Artistry. Talks a little bit about who she is, shows some of her beautiful work, her gallery there. I was trying to see who all is posted in the gallery. Woo, that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. Client gallery, okay, not pulling it up, but that's okay. That's okay. Here we go. Yeah, oh, here we go. It wasn't the computer, it was me. Love the precision, love the look. So kpartistry7.com. Love, 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 love. Gorgeous, gorgeous. My. Beautiful soul, beautiful soul, beautiful soul. So that's her website. So here's what I want to do. I'm a big person of recapping and making sure that we sort of walk away with the lessons. Like if I'm going to sit here with you all, it's great that I come here to talk, but it's not to be seen on TV. There are other things I could be doing. But if we're going to be here, I want to um, give you some things that you can help you. And let me say this too. I don't want this to just be one directional. So if you have some questions for me, I know some of you are hanging in here. I see that you're watching and hanging with me. So if you have questions about entrepreneurism, if you have questions about something that she said, if there's something that you want to pose to me as I navigate these waters as well, let me know. I'll be looking for your comments as I get ready to recap some of the lessons that she shared with us today. So let me know, post your questions, and I'm happy to give you advice on the spot, okay? So let's go back and do a quick review. Let's talk about some of the things that she mentioned, okay? Number one, she said, in business, it is important for those of you. And by the way, do you notice a theme that we had? If you, again, for those of you who are serious about business, for those of you who need encouragement in business, last week we had Antonio Boswell on the show. Antonio Boswell talked about a process. He's over the Birmingham Black Chamber of Commerce. He has Bos Media Services, Antonio Boswell Media Services. He's known for his photography and creative media services works. He does videos, he's producing packages for different people and different things like that. And he does headshots too. That's where a lot of people know him, but it's certainly not all he does. But we talked last week about moving from an employee to an entrepreneur. Okay. This week, I just knew I would run her piece because it's just the goodness that she had in there. I just couldn't hold it any longer. But she talked about steps to move from being an employee to an entrepreneur. Number one, what did she talk about? Prioritizing. So, and listen, this is even helpful if you are right here in the business right now. We're going through a recap. Consider this a shot of espresso for you in your business. Number one, prioritize. Okay. Number two, add balance. Be balanced in your life. You have to, and it's something that business owners struggle with. You can't Go all business all day, sun up to sundown. And especially if you're transitioning, y'all, I had some hard nights when I was transitioning from corporate to full-time business. There would be times I would be working and, doing my communicator work during the day. And at night, I'm filling orders. I get 2 or 3 hours rest and I get off at 6 o'clock. I rest until 9 o'clock and I'm filling 5 to 7 orders. And sometimes I'd be able to go to sleep at 3 o'clock and get a couple hours sleep. Sometimes I wouldn't. Now, this wasn't every night, but it was some nights. Okay. So adding balance. Okay. If you're going to run a business and if you're transitioning over, you're normally going to be doing teeter-tottering and doing several things. Got to find some balance in there. And balance may mean getting help. What's the third tip that she gave? Making sure you budget, making sure you plan. Listen, it's okay to have a dream, but you got to have a plan to go with the dream. I did not launch from being an employee to being an entrepreneur without finances. I paid off bills, paid off my car, paid off debt, still had a little debt, but paid off most of my debt and was in a position where I knew I had access to some funds. And listen, as an entrepreneur, you have to be creative with the funds that you tap. It may be a home equity line. In some cases, don't shoot the messenger. You may have to think about 401k, borrowing from yourself if you have that, applying for grants, maybe a business loan, because it is with the expectation that you will be making money in your business. You'll be able to hire people, create greater volume, which creates ideally greater profits and not greater debts. Okay. What I feel, are y'all here with me? I'm seeing some people. I'm seeing some eyes on here, and I seriously want to hear from you. I feel like I'm doing a lot of one-way talking. Are you with me? Can you give me a thumbs up? Well, my computer is sure giving me a thumbs up if you all don't give it. If you all don't give it to me. So anyway, seriously though, budgeting and planning. You've got a budget. What are your monthly expenses? Break it down to dollars and cents. What are your monthly expenses? Okay, that's one of our filter coffee parlor workers in the background. We're at Filter Coffee Parlor. Love the spot and love the folks here. So you come down on the south side and visit them next time you're on the south side, next to the Pancake House, International House Pancakes. So budgeting, planning. What are your monthly bills look like? Do you have enough money for 6 months or a year to cover your bills in the event you don't make any money in your business? Do you have that? Robert Kiyosaki talked about how for years he didn't make a profit. And when he was asked, how did you run your business? How did you do it? He said, looking back, I really don't know. And I would have to say these are true stories because it's not as glamorous as it seems. I'm going to share this story and then keep on moving. But I was telling someone, so budgeting and planning. I was telling someone, I said, all while I was in corporate America, right? And I was in corporate America. Oh, I was so happy and I wore it like a badge of honor. The fact that I started a couple of companies, right? On the media side and also All Shea Naturals, allsheanaturals.com, luxury shea butters and body butters, shea butters, body butters, and sugar scrubs. Oh, I even had the CEO earrings. I don't even know where the earrings are right now. Oh, I would have the shirts, boss chick, CEO, boss babe, I'd hashtag stuff, boss chick, boss babe, boss life. Y'all, when the stuff got real and I really launched out, you'll hardly hear me referring to anything as you will hardly see me doing anything about a CEO. Do you see what earrings I have on? Some earrings I've had for years. And they work just fine by me. When it gets real, you're not concerned about the titles. You're concerned about being profitable and you're concerned about learning how to make this thing go. We'll leave it there. Budgeting, planning. How are you going to make your money? How are you going to replace your money in the event that you have to go 6 months to a year? Are you married? Do you have your husband's or wife's income to depend on? What about insurance? Do you need, what plan, is there a plan to make sure that family or insurance? Do you have a plan now? How will that change if you leave a job? If it's a corporate job or otherwise, will that change? Will you have to sign up for a plan? Will it cost you more? Will you have the funds to have that available? Will you be able to join your spouse's insurance? Again, all these different things. And if you're younger, are you going to be able to utilize your parents' insurance and help you out there? What about your living conditions? Lord, I feel like I'm teaching and I feel like I'm teaching in the middle of this. What about your living expenses? Are you able to partner and live with a friend for a little while you grow your business? Are you able to stay with a relative and pay them a nominal amount of rent or a nominal amount each month while you grow your business and understand where your income is coming from and grow your business and grow your income? See, when it gets real, we're not concerned about titles. We're not concerned about how it looks with anyone else. When it gets real, what we are concerned about being profitable. That's what we're concerned about. And I will agree with Antonio Boswell, who said this last week too. A business is not about, if you're not making money, it's a hobby. Do you want a hobby? And if so, that's okay. I'm good with it if that's what you want. But at the end of the day, a business, the state of Alabama and other entities otherwise define your business success by whether or not you are profitable. Most measures are going to measure whether or not your business is profitable. What do you want today? What do you want? And I'm asking all of us that, self included. Do we want a good hobby, or do we want a profitable business? And it is, how are you doing? It is okay if you need to make some changes. It's okay if you need to adjust. No judgment. I've had to pivot along some things. I function in that arena where I can do a lot of different things, and I've had to say to myself, I can't be master of everything. Steve Harvey is one of my mentors. Steve Harvey started off as a great comedian, but let's go back even farther. Steve Harvey talks about the fact that a job, and he talks about the fact that he left the job to pursue his passion because he knew that his passion was in being a comedian and being an entrepreneur. There are times he slept in his car. He worked at Ford at one point up in Detroit. That didn't last because in his heart he's an entrepreneur. That's who he was called to be. But there were some sacrifices. And let me tell you this. Excuse me. I encourage you to go back. I want you to Google it. Type in Jump by Steve Harvey. Jump by Steve Harvey. He talks about how when you launch out and say that you want to be in business and you want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to get some scars. You're going to get some scars. I hate to be the bearer of that news for you today, but you will get some scars in business. It's not all going to be pretty. Now, some people just have it, and some people do achieve a level of success, and it looks like they achieve a level of success. But what essentially happens is they've been doing some work behind the scenes that we know nothing about. Nothing just happens. Success doesn't just happen. You can look at a track record. Success leaves clues. You can look at people's track records. You can see what they've done. If you ask questions, they've had some failures. They've tried some things that didn't work. They just didn't stop. So if it's not working for you, take some time this weekend, regroup, and go back to the drawing board and see what works for you. There's no shame in starting over. The only issue I have is I want to encourage you not to quit. No shame in having to start over. No shame in having to say that didn't work for me. In fact, I call it smart. All businesses do it. All businesses pivot. So listen to somebody else the other day. You remember, y'all? I don't know. I grew up in the era of Domino's Pizza. Like some of my young folks would know nothing about this, but I grew up in the era of Domino's Pizza, where you would take your family on a Friday night and you would go and you would sit, you'd go and sit, excuse me, have a cough. You go and sit in Pizza Hut or Domino's Pizza. Let me take a sip of water, okay? And I'm gonna let y'all look at this next tip. And it really needs no explanation. Okay. So I grew up in the arena where families would go and sit down at Domino's Pizza on a Friday night and go get pizza. That was a big, big deal, right? Back in the day. So imagine today if Domino's Pizza or any of these pizza joints had to depend on business from people gathering their families on a Friday and coming to their shop and sitting down and enjoying pizza. How many do you think would be in business today? How many? How many of you noticed that even Walmart has shifted? Walmart now offers, because the day I'll walk now because I want to get the steps in and I want to exercise. But back in the day, I loved Walmart, but I would have preferred some different way because I thought I really want to get what I need, but it's so big, blah, blah, blah. Walmart has shifted. Walmart has delivery, and Walmart has people to come to actually do the shopping for you. And all you do is come there and load up. But you'll also know that their business model has been too, they've inched up just a little bit on the price. They may have been here, they've inched up just a little bit on the price because that covers the workers who are now doing the in-store shopping for you. Come on, y'all. I'm talking about business. I'm talking about pivoting. So if you need to pivot. Walmart recognized during the pandemic, people weren't as willing to come out. They weren't as willing. So they shifted, they pivoted. Another tip that she shared in that video. For those of you who are tuning in a little bit later, I would encourage you to go back and watch it. The video will be posted on my page through this particular StreamYard, but she gave some great tips. And I'm literally giving you a summary of the tips. Prayer. For those of you who are spiritual, have a relationship with God, I do. I make no bones about it. I don't knock anyone who doesn't. That's personal choice. But prayer. Getting a spiritual mind and relating spiritually in a natural world. It's how I get my strength. In fact, for me, being an entrepreneur, outside of having a prayer life, I don't know what I would do. I need the strength. I need the guidance. I need the insight. I need the divine connections. That's why you pray. Let me say that again. For the insight, the strength, the fortitude, the divine connections, the direction, divine direction. One of my favorite scriptures, God, I acknowledge you in all of my ways, and I thank you for directing my path. Over in Proverbs, trust in the Lord with all my heart, and I lean not to my own understanding. Proverbs 3:5-6. All right. So that's my presentation today. But I'm not going to leave you hanging, right? I told you that I would actually go back. And I told you that I would actually show you the result, okay, of her work. Boom. Here we go.
Hello, and now we're back with the finished look. Doesn't she look beautiful? So basically what we did was a full face glam. Full face glam is any color eyeshadow that you like. Since I've done Keisa before in the past, this is basically her signature look. She likes, either maybe a cute little smoky eye, but she always like a nude, pinkish color, ivory, smoke it out with a little dark purple. That's what she really likes, and she always like a popping lip. And she loves her green lashes. And she does. So anyway, but this is the finished look. She loves blush. Not too much, just a little, not too fully of like a cheeky blush on her. She likes to line it down so it can kind of make her cheekbones go up. And we did a finished look of a glossy of the Fenty's new lip gloss. I think it's like berry or something. So yeah, so that is the final look. Like I said, this is done like in 45 minutes. And only sometimes it takes an hour. But the key is, if you want a flawless look and a quickly done look, skincare. Keep that skincare up.
Keep your skincare right.
Keep it
How
up,
do they
baby.
get in touch with you to get the look, to book the look?
So you go to kpartistry7.com and you book the look of full face glam, and it also tell you the options that you can pick from, like colors, basic. I have a picture on there to kind of give you an idea of what kind of color pattern you can get on your ideas for that. And you can also reach me on 205-243-8339. And again, this is Katasha Thomas-Peterson with KPR 7.
Gonna put myself back in the show if I'm gonna do all that stuff, right? So that was the finished look. And let me show you her website again. She mentioned the website, so I'm going to show it to you again. And here is the gallery from her website, KP Artistry. Here's the homepage. Here we go. You'll see a beautiful picture of my dear Miss Katasha Thomas Peterson there. KPArtistry7.com. Okay, y'all, I want to leave you. So, we talked a little bit at the beginning just about what I do, who I am, all that great stuff. We talked about our sponsor. Special shout out here to Filter Coffee Parlor here on the South Side. So, I want to leave you today with a little bit of motivation. Hopefully, I gave you some news that you can use as it relates to business today. But I want to leave you with a little bit of inspiration. I have these thoughts, and I'm always thinking about how I can encourage you and how I can motivate you. So I want to share something with you that I recorded, and may this bless you and may it encourage you today. Let me share the screen, and I want you to listen. Only about a minute or two. Won't take
I
very.
believe that one of the greatest lessons that we can learn, particularly in the entrepreneurial space, is go ahead and be who you are. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for anybody to tell you that you are, or to tell you, I'm going to support you and give you the money to be who you are, or I'm going to buy your product, to be who you are, and then you start. No, 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 no. The order is you go and be who you are. If you're a preacher in the ministry marketplace, you go and you start preaching. I don't care if it's to three people. If you are a speaker, you go and start speaking. I don't care if it's to two people. If you are a cake baker, you go ahead and you start baking your cakes and making them available, sell them to friends and family, then they'll catch up. No, you go ahead now and be who you are. The rest will follow. Investing in yourself monetarily for training, reading, whether it's watching videos, whatever you need to do to invest in yourself to shore up or to strengthen that weakness. Need to lose weight? No problem. Go out and listen to the testimonies of other people who've lost weight, or read up on weight loss at your particular age, the best weight loss tips and hacks. Okay. You need to increase your savings? No problem. Go follow Google. Go follow the life of a budget queen or a budget expert. You got this. Okay? Invest in you. And you're going to see at the end of 2024, you will hardly recognize the old you.
Did you get that? Second, it keeps playing. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to give you one other thing as I get ready to close out today. It's 12:45. So I hope I see that you all are hanging with me. I hope that I have shared something that has been a blessing to you today on just making the move. A special thanks to Katasha Peterson. But just for those of you who are interested in making a move from an employee to an entrepreneur, hopefully I have said something or given you something that is a blessing to you. Here's my website. It's keisasharp.com, keisasharp.com/life coaching. It's about me, my services, programs, and contact information. I'm just going to kind of scroll through. Obviously, motivation is what I do. Life coaching is what I do. Excuse me. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. What else do we have? You can subscribe um, for some life changing wisdom. Get on our email list. So look at who I am and how you can work with me as a life coach. I've offered several programs that you can work with, some for a nominal fee. Other, if you want to work with me a little bit longer, it gets a little pricier. Again, I'm a life change strategist. So my specialty is helping you maneuver change and confront change. And really, we all deal with we all have been challenged by anxiety. And really, at the end of the day, anxiety really boils down to a change response. In some area of our lives, anxiety is dealing with a change response. How do you respond to change? How do I confront change? When you are able to successfully confront change, you master your life. Changes like job changes like a loss of a relationship, the death of a loved one, a health change, a health crisis, navigating relationships on the job, understanding how to maneuver corporate America, understanding how to lose weight. Maybe you need to lose weight. That's a change. You've got to eat different. I'm right in the middle of that right now, understanding that I have to drink more water, understanding that I have to do things differently. When you're able to successfully confront change and navigate change, you are able to be successful in your life. It will be challenging, but you can do it. Y'all, that's my time today. I've enjoyed hanging out with you. I see some people on here. Y'all have been quiet, but that's okay. I'm just grateful that you joined me today. Ultimately, so we will be back on Wednesday at Filter Coffee Parlor. And coming up this week, we will have my friend who is JJ Pruitt from Fox 6 WBRC. And I was going to show you the promo for that as soon as I can get to it. I'm going to show you the promo for that. But anyway, JJ brings a wealth of experience. JJ brings a wealth of knowledge, and JJ brings a wealth of just good natured, how do you describe it, just he's an incredible talent is what I would say about that. So again, JJ Pruitt is going to be joining us. He's going to try to find the video for you all. Are you all hanging there with me? And I wonder what you all actually thought about the show today. Y'all, I don't know that I'm going to be able to find it right now. I actually need to just kind of, oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. Hold on. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. I want to actually show you the video that he's going to join us next week. Never give up. Never give up. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm at Filter Coffee Parlor, and I'm just convinced, absolutely convinced. Here we go. Y'all know I love going to videos and producing shows and all that great stuff. This is so hilarious to me, so hilariously funny. All right, so I'm going to show you this quickly, and then we'll close the show here. Hey everybody, it's Keisa of Keisa and Joe. And listen, we will be right back here in Filter Coffee Parlor next week, next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we will have in the hot seat Mr. J.J. Pruitt. Yep, you know him from WBRC Fox 6 News, one of the most likable, genuine guys you will ever meet, and has been with Fox 6 like forever. But he's coming on board. He's one of our friends, and we're going to talk all things Fox 6 and also relationships, okay? So we hope that you tune in 10 a.m. on Wednesday, June 5th, or whatever day it is. I got to do it again. Yeah, that was a blooper, actually. But anyway, you all have a super fantastic day. We'll see you Wednesday. Filter Coffee Parlor. We'll be right back here at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So stay tuned for some promos on my page. I appreciate your support. You can reach out to me via Messenger or any one of my social media channels in the meantime. Bye, y'all. Thank you for tuning in today. Bye bye.